Farmers, and welcome back to Elm Creek. It is January, it is snowing, and I just realized I forgot to set the days to month for 2 days. I better go in and do that, actually, while I'm thinking about it. So I guess I'll find out if next month it'll be 2 days per a month or 1 day per month. Well, it's a good test to do. I mean, I guess the first season, that's the time of the season to really test it because I don't have that much work to do. All right, let me go ahead and save game, 2 days. Yeah. Kind of forgot to do that. I don't know why it just came to me, but it did. And the game has, I already saved the game today once, so I can't go back on an old save. Anyways, this January, yes, it is snowing. The snow is accumulating on the ground. Just checking out a few things. December, nothing interesting. There were a lot of things on sale at the store for used equipment. And this is one thing I kind of laughed at. The Class Lexion was 43% off for $275,000. You're like, well, that is a lot of cash. Do you realize for the John Deere, we paid 200, I think it's 280? Wait, it was 280,000 for the John Deere harvester. I was just looking at it. 285. So the Class Lexion would have been cheaper than our John Deere. But I'm kind of going with the John Deere theme here, so it's not that big of a deal. I just found it kind of interesting to show you how good deals actually are. If you can't do the math in your head, actually the Class Lexion brand new, where is that? 489,000 brand new. So watching deals is pretty darn good. The chickens are doing the chicken thing. I have not had to give them any kind of food since, well, whenever we got them, and we're in January. We are up to 110 pieces of eggs, which is 61 kilograms. Still got 10 chickens. The health is doing pretty good. The grain's at 560. I think that holds like 770. I have tried to level the ground out to get the ground a little bit below the feed trough here, but it won't let me terraform the ground because the pasture is in the way, if you will. So that is there. The lettuce is doing pretty good. I still haven't added water since the 2 tanks I put in. And I still got 3,100 liters of water in there. And the lettuce, we're over 4,000. I just checked on the price of lettuce. I think February was a high time. And if we go into the economy page, lettuce right now, these are the current prices, with the best one at Johnson's Farms Market at 11.53. But if we go into here where it shows the actual price, I think this line is showing the actual price. I'm not too sure. We're in the month of January. Should be up to here. I hope Giants puts in a side row indicator of what these prices actually are supposed to represent. We don't know. Like I said, this is the current best price going, and this is where it should be. We're in January, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. So not a big rush to sell any type of lettuce. I thought with snow on the ground, I get some good contracts because we are in January. So do we got any winter contracts? So I went and looked at contracts. I was kind of surprised. It's all cultivating and plowing jobs. That's what we have. And of course, I don't have a cultivator or a plow to do this. I mean, I could lease the equipment, but yeah, I don't want to lease any equipment. That looks like a 9RX and a big cultivator for field number 57. But it's snowing out. I don't feel like doing contracts in the snow because, I guess farmers can if the ground's not frozen. And how do I know if the ground's frozen or not? I don't know. There is one thing I want to buy because I was kind of looking for it. I was like, we do need a pressure washer, and I went looking for it. That is under, if you go to the shop, you got to come on down here to construction. And then you got to go to tools. That's considered a tool. And you got yourself a pressure washer there. But this is something I want to get right here. It's $4,200. It's a weather station. A weather station improves the weather forecast available to your farm. I mean, we do get a forecast. Let's see if we go into here. This is our forecast for today, January, -2 degrees Celsius. I don't know how, I mean, does it be more precise here? I have no idea. I mean, it gives me hourly forecasts. It's something kind of new, so I think we're going to go for it because it's kind of interesting. Where was I? Building tools. So where would I put, oh, there's the ghosting image I was talking about. Did you see that for a little bit? It kind of like had like, see, there it goes again. I don't know why it does that once in a while. It's kind of neat to look at, but that's something. And then you come over here and doesn't do it, so I don't know. Weather station. Where should we put a weather station? Well, I think we should put out by our house, only because when you get up in the morning, you may want to check the weather. So we're going to go ahead and put the weather station. Yeah, I tried terraforming around the house. And it would let me terraform a little bit, but not a whole lot. I need to put a driveway in too in case I ever get a vehicle. We're just going to go ahead and plop it down. Yeah, right there is good. Let's go over to it and see. I mean, is something, do I have to anything to activate, or does it just make the weather page more accurate? Have no idea. Well, let's come over to here and see what we do have at the weather station. Let me turn on the HUD to see if it gives me any options here. Alright, so coming over to it, yeah, there's no options. You don't interact with it at all. I guess this is the front side. So if I go back in here to weather, sure. Don't know. Maybe it takes time to, I don't know. Have no idea. So now we got 2 days per a season, but it's not going to activate until, I think it says until next season. Like I said, I don't know if each day is considered a season, or if every month is considered a season, or is it a year. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't matter. So, yeah, winter contracts. I was expecting plowing the roads or salting the roads, which is the thing, because if we go into here and to the store and go to categories, scroll all the way down, it says winter equipment, and we got a burrito spreader that takes salt to salt the road. Putting salt on a road is fine for traveling, but salt, as we do know for growing stuff, that's no bueno. That's no good. So I don't want to do salt around my farm. I don't know if it affects it at all. Have no idea. In FS22, if putting salt on the road will affect the crops growing around the area. So, with no jobs really I want to do, and the store page for used vehicles have nothing, let's go to February and see what that has in store for us. I don't need to take care of the chickens. The chickens are all set. The lettuce greenhouse is doing well. That should be good maybe until springtime. Let's go to February and see if the snow gets thicker, if it keeps on snowing. And plus we'll get to see if we have 2 days in a month or not. Let's go ahead and just sleep till 9 o'clock because we may not have much to do. Time advancing to the day. Stop snowing. It's now nighttime. Must be midnight. I just heard a little... At midnight usually get information about the fees that you have for property maintenance and all that. $183 in production costs. That's probably the greenhouse and whatever. Well, the snow melted. I was not expecting the snow to melt because I thought it would be cold enough. But we are in the month of February now. This should be the key month for lettuce. First thing we're going to do is check the used vehicle sale page. Nothing there. All right, so nothing to see here, as I say. Let's go ahead and check. Aha, now we're getting up there for price of lettuce. Wow, that jumped up quite a bit. So if we go to here, okay, the price is still not, it's not bad, but we had some of these prices yesterday. $1,200 at the fast food restaurant. I mean, it could be a little bit better. So we went like from down here all the way up to here in like a month, if you will. If I check the forecast, March, April. So I still may only have one day per month. Because, yeah, it's showing me just March, the next few days here. So I would assume when we get to next year, I'll have 2 days for March. It'll say March, April. You get the idea. So it's above freezing for most of the day until nighttime. So do I want to sell the lettuce? I don't. It's nothing that we need to get done. I don't need the cash right now. And I don't really have a way to transport it. I mean, I could go ahead and buy a trailer, but we're waiting for some sales. And this will pile up. I don't know how much it can store. Because we're at 6,000 liters. Although, I do need some water. So, we'll go ahead and take care of that right now while it's not snowing out. So, let's go jump into our John Deere. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to show you. In construction, when I was looking at the tools buildings here. So, yeah, we do have a vehicle workshop for $45,000. There's a couple things in here that caught my attention, and I'm not too sure what it's all about. Electronic charging station. At this charging station, you can charge your electronic tractors. I haven't looked at the tractors or done a review of tractors or anything. Are there electronic tractors in the game? If they're not, there might be coming soon. Who knows? Biomethane station. You can refuel your methane tractors. You got weighing stations to weigh your vehicles, by the way. So kind of some interesting stuff there. I don't know if we buy the BGA, because there is on the production line, the BGA, we can create some stuff. So maybe we can make methane fuel for our tractors. I don't know. But it's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Now, the one thing I will be interested in, I don't know where we go to get water for the greenhouse. That's why I kind of want to do this in February, not March. I wonder if the ground's going to be frozen. Not the ground, but the water. Ground could be frozen, that's fine. We need water. So let's zip on down here, and we'll cut on across. Actually, I want to cut across to see, because we did our crop destruction on. It's kind of interesting that this does not get crushed. Either way, not that big of a deal. Just kind of interested into it. Alright, so up here. Actually, I better leave the HUD on because I had a little trouble last time I came to refill the tanker to get water to find the trigger. So we'll see if I can find the trigger again. And that was off camera. I actually had my John Deere and tanker like right in the middle of this thing, and it would not fill up. So on the HUD, I'm looking for it to give me the option for R for refilling. Oh, there we go, right there. Okay, so I had no problem today finding it. I don't know, but still not charging it, which is good. The water is not froze, so not too sure. Also, before recording this episode, I went on the Giants website, and I went to where they show mods in testing. There's quite a few mods in testing. There was actually a map in testing in line to be tested. So, you know, I don't know. I don't think I've heard of the map, but I'm trying to remember. I think Daggerwin months ago did a review of a map that said that the map author is going to try to do it for Farming Simulator 22 only, but he had a copy for it for 19 for him to show off, to kind of show what the map was going to be like. So I wonder if that's the map. But there is a map kind of in testing. So yeah, if you're waiting to do modern maps, who knows? All right, let's go back and give our greenhouse some water. We don't want our greenhouse running out of water. And I'm going to avoid going over the crops again. Is there a way to actually... I think someone mentioned in a comment that I can actually get straw from sorghum by chopping it. So how do I chop the stems from that? You can't cultivate it. I mean, do I have to use a forage harvester to get straw from it? Or is that just going to make chaff? Or do we treat it like cotton, where you just harvest cotton and you can cultivate it in and it's gonzo? I don't expect it to regrow. I was also kind of waiting to see, but may have to wait until springtime. It doesn't look like the weeds are going to freeze and die off like it did in seasons in 19. They still look like they're strong and powerful. Now, let's make sure our greenhouse is good to go. I will also mention, because I was looking at harvesting contracts in the fall, and one of them caught me. I thought about doing it, and I forgot to mention it in the video. But there was a contract for us to harvest the field for 25. We would get paid $2,500. It was soybeans, so you know we got the John Deere combine and the header to do that. So we were going to get paid $2,500. The problem is we had to deliver the crops to Goldcrest Valley, which I do believe you got to use a train to do that. But in order to use a train, you got to pay $1,000 fee to use a train. So it's like, oh, so there goes $1,000 of my profit because I got to use the train. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I probably should have done the contract just to try it on out to see what happened. Other than, as we would say, getting screwed over because, you know, I wouldn't have made as much cash because I got to pay $1,000 for the train, and then I don't get to keep the extra grain because I would have to put all the grain on the train to be delivered because I don't know how much we need. All right, so now with our weather station up for a full day, I don't know if it's more accurate or not. I have no idea. It still gives me an hourly forecast for the day that we're in, but it's supposed to be more accurate, so who knows. So let's just double check the page here for the shop, and right now, nothing is on sale. Nothing used, I should say. It just says used equipment, right? Used vehicle sales. So it's not like brand new equipment is on sale. So when we look back, it'd be a week ago now because this video goes out on Friday. So last Friday I put a video on Farming Simulator 15 to where they actually had sales on new equipment. But now we got used equipment, which is kind of nice because it's a lot more of a discount. Let's just double check for contracts here. Cultivate and plowing. So I don't see... And when it means plowing, it's all field contracts plowing, not plowing the road. But we don't have no snow on the ground. Well, my fields are fine for now. So we're going to go ahead and... we are in February, right? Yeah, so just want to double check. We'll sleep till 9 o'clock. So even though I switch it to 2 days per month, that only resets at the end of next season. So if we wake up and it's March, then that means the season is December going into January. So it did snow a little bit there while we were kind of quote-unquote sleeping. So yeah, we didn't get much snow here at all. There is rain in the forecast, and we are into March. So yeah, I forgot to switch it to 2 days per month, but that's fine. Because we can slow down the time so much, it's not going to matter too much at all. Let's go over here and see how the chickens are doing. Well, the eggs are starting to pile up a little bit. The food, they're still fine. Still only have 10 chickens. If we go into our page here, animal page, they are 6 months old. And I think at 6 months they can start reproducing some eggs. Oh, reproduction right there, halfway through. So, interesting. We'll see how many chickens we get. I think this pen can hold 30. And we just got 10. I like how the animals do run around. I can't wait to get involved in some more animals pretty darn soon here. Let's just go over here and double check how we're doing here. We've got plenty of water, plenty of lettuce. Speaking of lettuce, let's go in and see what that is doing for pricing today. All right, so it looks like it's gone down some. So I go here, the price should be as good, and it's not. But that's fine. Like I said, I'll just keep on piling up, and we can sell it any time to bring in the extra cash. What do we got? That's the wrong page. So that, well, that's the baler that we used last year, and that's a round baler. So I'm not looking for a round baler. I definitely want a square baler for sure. So not too interested in that at all. Let's see, what else? Contracts. Let's go see what we got for contracts. So we got cultivating, fertilizing, plowing, and sowing. How is... All right, so we are in the month of March. So cereal crops we can start to plant. I can only plant wheat and barley in the fall. I can't do it in the spring. I was not paying attention to that at all. And the same thing with canola. Well, I can go full bore on oats. That's fine. But then getting the granary this year is not going to be a thing because the granary only takes wheat, barley, and sorghum. So we won't have any of that this year now unless I buy a field with some into it. But now we can plant the grapes, and I think we can also do the olives. We can do that. So we do have a field over here that we're kind of prepared for. Do I want to get involved in it in the first season is the question. Or do I just want to go ahead and do all oats? Does this field have rocks in it? It does. It does. I don't know if that's going to be a big issue with equipment that we have because all the crops are going to be above ground. So maybe I'll just do one crop this year and start another crop next year when I have another field ready to go. Are these fields kind of the same? No, this field over here is a little bit bigger. Let's go ahead and look at expanding the farm a little bit more. Farmland, that would cost $244,000. It's only 3 fields, and it's a lot of land that's kind of taken up by a farm I can't use. That is $319,000. So it's a little bit more expensive. I will get more fields for sure. But I don't have that much cash. I mean, if I go ahead and buy more fields, that doesn't leave me much cash to buy some equipment. And we need to buy some equipment for sure. All right, so I think this year we're going to focus on putting down grapes, I think. I think that will do. No, let's do olives. Change my mind again, olives, because I can put olives in the trailer. I won't have to buy another trailer for grapes. So we'll do olives. And I believe olives I can bring to the oil factory and make olive oil. Yeah, good thinking there, Peanut. All right, so do we want to get rid of the rocks, or do I want to wait another day? I think I can wait another day, and hopefully I get lucky on getting something. Olives I can plant all the way until, well, June. All right, I say we skip another month here and see if we get lucky with some stuff for sale. Like I said, a rock collector, a planter as well, or I should say a seeder. So we can start planting some cereal crop or what other... I mean, I could plant... Well, it's pretty much oats. It's pretty much oats this year, and then harvest, and then next season we'll plant wheat and barley. I'm glad I didn't get rid of all the sorghum. I'm going to keep trying to say it until I say it right for the chickens, because, yeah, where is... It's way down here. I can plant that this year. But I won't get no hay out of it either. But I will get some, not hay, sorry, straw out of it. So I'm going to do probably oats and some sorghum as well. All right, let's sleep another day. Let's go ahead and pass the day along. Yeah, we'll wake up at 9. That's fine. Quick little rain shower there. A good 20 minutes in the video, and I really haven't done nothing other than walk around, look at the weather, and do that kind of stuff. All right, so production cost, all that kind of cost. Wait, so that says March again. So now I'm at 2 days per season. April, May. Okay, so we switched the season. So I am at 2 days per month now. All right, that just gives us more chance to find stuff in the store. So is this a square baler? Or is that... Oh, this stacks bales. All right. This is kind of interesting. We got 2 cotton harvesters, the CP690. We got 2 of them in here. And we got that beautiful little potato. No, that's for sugar beet. Why did you have to give me 2 of the same piece of equipment? We don't want that. We do not want that at all. Thank you. A long ways from doing that. That's like fabric stuff. Let's see how the chickens are doing. Still 10 chickens. All right, we're doing fine there. I'm not going to bother checking the lettuce other than to make sure that the water is fine, which it is. All right, we sleep another day until April. I will start planting it. April is when we'll do something. I don't know if it's going to be the first day of April or second day of April. But let's go ahead and see if we can get lucky on something on sale in the store. Let's go in here and sleep another day. Sleep, sleep, sleep. There goes midnight. I hear the little ka-ching. Let me know I spent some money overnight. Property maintenance. Too bad we can't go inside the houses, but I'm pretty sure when modern maps come out, we'll be able to do that. Okay, so we do have a John Deere 7810 in here. We do have a seeder here. 6 meter for $30,000. a ta-da! A rock collector. Now, it's not the wide one. It's half off for 23,000. So, the one I was kind of hoping for, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers at this point. Where are they? Where are... I want a rock. Just came to my mind, and I said it. I don't know why. I apologize. I know I'm looking at stone pickers. So it must be this one right here, right? So originally 41,000 for 2.4. That's 5.5 for 52,000. But I think we'll buy the used one and go with it and get that up and going. Because yeah, I do want to show off some rock picking eventually, and now's a good time to do it. And I can actually plant the olives. I want to get the rocks out of that field just because. So let's go back to the used equipment. Yep, we're going to go ahead. Do I have the horsepower? I do. Okay, just want to make sure on that. Let's go ahead and click on that. And I can change the tires, right? All right, we'll stick with the Trelleborg. And wheels set up. That's what we got. I mean... I don't know why it gives us the option. I can't change them on any of them. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and buy that. Thank you. All right. So in the future, I can get the wider one. Not that big of a deal for now. Like I said, we just got some small fields. I can get some work being done. I am kind of interested in this tractor here because it's a John Deere. It's a 7810. What's the horsepower on this thing? 175. I think the one we got is a 280. Correct? We got a 280? Yeah, 280 horse. Do I need another tractor currently? I don't think so. I don't think so. Alright, we don't need the front loader for anything. But now at least we have a job for today. We got to take rocks out of that field and we're going to plant some olives. And then we'll have to start taking care of them as the season goes along. One thing I still haven't gotten used to when you attach and detach equipment from your tractors now, it just takes a little bit more, like an extra second or so for it to detach or attach. Alright, let's head on down to the store. I wonder how many rocks we'll get out of the field. I'll put my beacons on just because. And just to refresh my memory, I think that's the sugar factory right there, I think. Yep, there's the rock crusher right there. When I originally built the farm where I'm building, I didn't know there was a lot of stuff I was going to be using like right up the street. And this will be bringing our olives to later on to make some olive oil. And it's also convenient because we're not that far from the store either. It's kind of funny on farming equipment. You don't think things are as big as they are, like when you look in the store page, like it doesn't look that big. Now that I'm showing up to it, you look at that size of that thing compared to our John Deere tractor. Yeah, it's bigger than I thought it was. Let's go pick some rocks up. Maybe we'll find the gold nugget or something. I don't think so, but you never know. So winter was a little bit, our first winter was a little bit kind of disappointing. I mean, we did get some snow on the ground, which was nice, but I don't see any winter contracts. I assume maybe we had a light winter. I mean, they do give us plows and a salter spreader. So, I don't know, maybe there's winter contracts. I just think enough snow on the ground for that to happen. Now, the interesting thing about, I've noticed about these two fields, so that had sugar beet into it, we cultivated it, and I'm getting weeds. We bought this field cultivated, and no weeds have grown into it whatsoever. Alright, so do I need to unfold this? Yes, we do, so let's go ahead and unfold it. Now this I did do. I saw Daggerwin do it in one of his episodes. You just don't go around and see. I mean, you can see where the rocks are. Maybe not if you're on mobile, so I'll get on now to actually see. You just don't go over where you see rocks, because he was going over bare spots like this, and the rocks were still filling up in the rock collector. So you just don't do it where you see rocks. Let's lower the picker. Alright, I'm activating it, and what's, Alright, so apparently I gotta use my keyboard to activate that one. I'm not used to driving with offsets on things. So you can see I'm at 91, oh sorry, 91. I'm at 18 liters of stone. You don't see no stone in front of the picker, but there's 21 liters, 24 liters. So it does go up, so you got to kind of like do the whole field anyways. Now the complicated part is it's kind of hard to see where you've been with this, really. So yeah, it's not like we're leaving a mark anywhere or anything like that. So it can get kind of hard to see where you've been. Well, I don't own this field over here, so it's no big deal. I don't have access to the land. I know I don't. Wow, the turning radius with a rock picker sucks. Let's go ahead and turn that off for now. So now I'm just going back right where I was, because I can see the tire mark from the rock picker. I don't know if that's a helpful guide for me or not. I'm going to overlap for now. So I want to make sure I try to get all the rocks out. Now the only thing I don't know is, do the rocks come up every year? And why you keep getting rocks is what happens when winter comes and you get a frost. The frost in the ground will make the rocks rise up in the surface. Don't ask me why it does that, but it does. I'm not a geologist or anything like that, but I know that's what happens to them, because where I live, yeah, we get some pretty deep frost where I am, and in my lawn, it's like you mow the lawn for the first time of the year, and you never seen a rock there before, and you also see like a rock coming up through the ground. It's like, there's never been a rock here before. Why is that coming up through the ground? Yeah, the frost pushes the rocks up. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to see where I've been. I'm running in the wrong tracks. I'm running where the John Deere was. This is kind of like where I need like a ridge marker, like you have on some drills. I am getting some rock, so I know I'm going in an area I haven't been before. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hire a worker for this. And let them get along with it, because they're pretty far enough along now. Owned by me, 50% fertilized. We bought a field that's 50% fertilized, and there are no weeds into it. I'm happy with that. So we're going to let him get along just for a little bit. I'll bring it back, and once he gets halfway across, and what we're going to do is we're going to make this entire field olives. We're going to go all on out with the olives, I think, in this field. In the future, like when I expand, I can probably merge some fields together, or I'll just put like grapes over here, or I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go along here. Anyways, I'm going to let this worker go along. It's taking him forever to even turn around. I'll let him pick up some rocks. We'll bring the rocks over to the crusher later on and see how much we get for him. But yeah, I'm going to let this worker get going for a little bit, and then we'll come back and do some olive planting. It's taken a while, but the worker is almost done picking up rocks in the field. I actually had to stop the worker because when I hired the worker, they decided to go back the direction I came from. So I started the worker on that side of the field. Now they're slowly working their way over to here. We're building up enough rocks for sure, but the one thing I forgot to do when I was at the store, I should have repaired the rock picker because it's a used one and it needs repair. I got a little nervous when I was in the tractor because if you look at the bottom right hand corner, the repair symbol is showing that's almost basically down to nothing. It's technically at 12% on the page. So I thought, so in the upper left-hand corner, you can see the symbol that I'm on the rock picker. So I'm like, okay, if I switch over to the tractor, does it show me the condition of the tractor? It's not. It still shows me the condition of the rock picker. So I'm like, originally I thought, okay, the John Deere tractor needs bad repairing. But when I went into the vehicle overview, the 6R is at 85%. So it's showing me the rock picker and not the John Deere tractor. Either way, we're almost up to 600 liters of some rocks. I'm going to let them continue doing what they're doing because it's hard to tell, like I said, where we've been. But the field is looking good. I kind of forgot I own this field here. This field had the sunflower in it that we harvested. So it just says it needs lime. It doesn't need to be plowed. It does not need to be cultivated. I can direct drill into that if we get ourselves a direct drill, which we do plan on doing. I will probably hire the worker to take the rocks out of this field because I do need to plow it, so I probably should plow it first before I dig up rocks, or pick up rocks, I should say. Because if I go around and pick up rocks and then plow it, my guess is these are going to come back, the rocks. I don't know. But while they're finishing up the field here, let's go in and see how expensive this is going to be. So we need to go into construction. We need to go to orchards. Where are we here? Production? Yeah, orchards. There we go. And we want olives, please, right? Olive Grove. All right, so it's kind of hard to see where I want to be. This is too short. I know that. All right, let's go down here and try to keep it. If I zoom out like that, that might be better. I think that is pretty close to where we want it. Too bad this is not automatic, so I could do the whole field. Collides with another item? What other item? What am I colliding with? Are we colliding with myself? Am I too close to the field? Alright, we'll back up. Alright, let's try this again. Construction, production, orchards, olives here. Alright, let's go to here. Ooh, wow, this is expensive. Hang on, let me zoom out. No, I don't want it. I don't want to buy it yet. Let me zoom out, please. So that was like 13 grand for a row. Wow. So I'm not going to do a whole field of olives, I don't think. I don't think we're going to be doing a whole field of olives. But that's fine. We'll go on down. We'll probably plant maybe like 5 rows. Wow, I wasn't expecting to be that expensive, but okay. We can expand in the future. So maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll plant some grass. Can I start planting? Yeah, I know it's too short. No. And there we go. Another row. Oh, it's too wide down here. All right, well, we'll do the best we can. It's our first try, right? It's our first go around with this. So if I go here, distance too short. And then... All right, how about if I try to go here? No, I don't want to go that way. Nope, don't want to do that either. Yeah, I wish it was kind of like auto snapping. It's not looking the greatest. Let's get a closer view of it. I mean, it's not bad, but it could be better. This might be something to where you might want to turn off autosave, save your game, and then do this. And that way, if you don't like it, you can always revert back to your old save and try again. I think this is working out okay-ish. So I'm going to go with it just because it's not that bad. Let's go back to orchards. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this again. No, see it snap into that. I don't want you to snap to that. It is snapping to the other rows, so it's kind of telling me when we're kind of close. All right, so I'm either going to go 4 or 6 rows. I think we'll go 6 rows. Because that'll be 3 passes down the middle of each one, right? Sound about right? You agree? All right, I'm glad you agree. And then there. Nope, don't snap there. No, I don't want you to go out to the field, so... All right, that's what we're going to start with this year. All right, bring us down to 400,000. So that's kind of what we want to do. While they were rock picking, the worker I was going in and I was like, okay, so if I don't get a deal on the olive harvester, how much would it be to lease it for a day to harvest? And it was like 16 grand. I'm like, for the amount of olives we're going to have, that's not going to be feasible to lease it. All right, I think we're done here. You done? Yeah, you are done. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and fold it back in. Let's head on down to the rock crusher and see how much we get for the rocks we have. And then we're going to head on back to the store. I do want to repair the rock picker because it's got more work to do. And plus I want to see how much repair fees are going to be. Should probably put my beacons on. So we got ourselves some olives. Got ourselves a rock picker. I do want to get into starting some sheep this year, so I'm looking for a mower. Probably just a loading wagon to start with, but we'll see what comes up for sale. And I think I can probably get through the winter with just by doing grass. Feed them grass like in December, because it looks like we can cut grass all the way through December. And they might be able to get along with just the grass that they have in their feed trough until springtime. Did I go past the pickup point? All right, so we got 629 liters of rocks. Let's go ahead and sell the rocks. Watch the money go up. All right, so I got $30 worth of rocks there. I mean, it's got to be done. I'd rather get paid $30 for rock, but it's going to take a long time to get my money back on the rock picker. That is for darn sure. But it will save you repair costs on your equipment. Now, all I know is, and what they've said is, by leaving rocks in the field, it will damage your equipment faster. But at what rate, I don't know. That's the whole thing. There's a lot of we don't know things. But it's just another feature, and I mean, this is what you do in farming. You do got to get rocks out of your field that's going to damage your equipment. All right, so where is the repair shop? That's the buy trigger, I think. Oh, there it is, right over here. I think this is it. I'm kind of curious. Let me leave both in the trigger. I think this is going to bring it to the game where we can... There's the John... Oh, it shows them both right over here. Perfect. The condition is terrible. Oh, yes. Repaint or repair. So now I don't want to repaint it. I just want to repair it for $2,217. Well, I'll tell you what. We got it for a good deal. Repairing it for that much, not that bad. But it is kind of expensive. But now it's in really good condition. So, I mean, this should... working speed, I think, is 9 miles an hour. And it was working like at 6 and 7. Because it was in that bad a condition. But now we're good to go. And now we don't have to repaint. Well, every time you repair, it doesn't automatically repaint. That's always the thing that got me in Farming Simulator. At least 19. I'm not going to complain too much of 17 because, yeah, repainting, I don't think was even a thing in Seasons in 17. All right, so our rock picker is back up to full health. Now I think it's showing me the condition of the John Deere. So there is my wage payment for hiring the worker, $1,000 to hire the worker for that small field. It seems like the working wages are a little bit high. So hiring workers like I did, and maybe they're doing that for the contracts. So when contracts first came out in 19, maybe even 17, it was just easy to take contracts and let workers do the work, and you still made a good profit on it. So now I think what they're doing is they're trying to make it offset. So just doing contract, they want you to do the contracts, I think. So I'm not going to, I was like, get ready to start the worker in the field. Nope, we're not going to do that as I cut the car off behind me. Yeah, I'm going to definitely subsoil the ground first before I do rock picking in that field. Let's leave our John Deere there. It's not getting dirty enough yet to where I want to buy, and I better turn off the beacons or else my battery's going to be dead. I don't think that's a thing, but yeah, we're gonna go with it. So we got rocks out of that field. Good thing is it didn't need to be plowed, does not need to be limed. But now with olives, we are good to go. And then one thing I was looking at for, if I go to packs and go to olives, because I was looking at it, it doesn't look like I got to trim, like with grapes. If we go back to here and we go to grapes, we got this thing here, which is a pre-pruner used after the harvest to prepare the vines for the next year. With olives, it doesn't, I don't have anything like that. So a narrow tractor to get on down the rows. And maybe that's a good thing that my rows aren't as tight. My John Deere may be able to fit down there. We will have a sprayer increases the harvest output of the field. So it does need to be sprayed. Can I not use... Is that a special sprayer for narrow rows? I don't know. I'll have to look into it just a little bit more. But when do we, no, that's the wrong button. When are olives ready for harvest? Because we got some time here. We're looking at October. Just the month of October. That's it. So in October, we got some time. Maybe not. But we do got some lovely olives here. 50% fertilized. Oh, you cannot walk between... Ooh, okay. Can I jump over them? No, I cannot. All right, so you can't jump over them either. All right, so it's like a solid wall. So I think that John Deere can get down these rows. And I may go ahead and just put grass in this field for the sheep. Or I could put the sheep pasture here when we place it on down. So maybe plant grass and put the sheep in the field here. I do own this field here. Yeah, oats. Maybe some oats so I can get some straw in case I decide to go with cows this year. Probably not. It's probably too quick for cows. I'm trying to expand too fast, I think, is part of my problem. I want to get involved in everything, but you want to try everything out and see everything because it's the new edition of Farming Simulator. So I want to get there and try it, but I got to go slow here. Got to go slow. Getting into olives here is going to be kind of expensive. Well, we lucked out today. We got at least one piece of equipment on sale or used. But definitely next episode, I got to start getting these fields ready for planting. And like I said, probably oats. We can definitely got to plant oats in April. So I got one more day to do that. Or sorghum. I got the month of May to do that. Or we could do canola. No canola. Sorry, canola's in the fall. Don't want to do that. Sunflower, it's a different header. I could do soybean, but what do I got for production for soybean? Nothing. I'll just outright sell it. Probably sorghum for sure. And like I said, we'll probably do some oats just to get some straw going. But that means I would need a baler. But I'm going to need a baler for making hay for the sheep anyways, I think. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what comes up for sale in the next couple of days. But I got rested today to think about it. Let me just run over here and double check on the chickens to make sure that they're doing fine. Their feed's going for quite a long time. And we got 19 chickens now. So we doubled our chickens. So they still got a good amount of food. I probably have to feed them now because we got double the amount of chickens. So they're going to require twice as much food. Let's see if I go to here. Yeah, so they're like halfway on the food now. So we got different types of chickens here. These are worth $2, so these are the newborns. And these are the adult chickens. I don't know A clean feeding area. Are they getting dirty? No, they're not getting dirty. So chickens don't get dirty still in 22, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, our egg production should go up, which is good. So everything's looking good here. Just have to keep our eye on the sale page. But come tomorrow, yeah, we gotta. Well, I got to. We got to work on these 2 fields here. Well, we actually got 3 fields that need to be planted. Well, actually 4 if you want to count grass. So we'll be spending a lot of money next episode. That's for darn sure. And I got to keep my eye on some pricing here for sure, because I don't want to go over $2 million loan. But you know me, I may go more than that. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in Elm Creek. But until then, have a good one.